had some of your players use wooden sticks in a while?
I would think so. Now they know how we feel. It was kind of actually a nice touch by one of the players. So there's a few sticks didn't last very long, I can tell you that. No, interesting to say the least.
You got some time here before Saturday. I mean, how much of the consideration is with Thompson, with, UPL, is there's one game left, you can give him 3 weeks off if you don't play him.
Yeah, well, let's start with Thompson. Thompson skated this morning. Had a good day. He's got to go through, the protocol and the testing and stuff, but really felt good. So encouraged. We got, 3 more days before we get to the Nashville game. The Nashville game's an important game for us. So, UPL will skate our next practice. Anticipating him to be ready. So. He just had like a lower body aggravation, I guess I would put it, that held him out of practice. So really don't know where he'll be in the next couple of days. It was bad enough to not practice.
No, was it a good sign, of course, that Kozak was in practice? What's his energy level like? You mentioned he lost weight.
Surprisingly, I thought his practice was pretty good. Like down a substantial amount of weight. It was one of the guys that really got hit hard with it. A couple of guys got out of it in 2 or 3 days. He was obviously longer, but said he's feeling much better. So it's just, getting the weight back on and getting the energy up.
And Mattias?
He's just, he won't be available for the weekend, so we're looking at him afterwards.
Is that upper, lower?
That's lower.
I guess we have the designations on everyone now. Or is UPL upper or lower? Did you say that? I'm sorry.
Pardon?
Is Ukko-Pekka upper or lower? I don't know if we talked about that.
His is lower.
Lindy, have you gone back to some notes from previous years, just how you schedule this? You're going to have 2 weeks off. It's basically like an Olympic year. I mean, it really changes a lot here. How have you thought about this?
Yeah, met with, our fitness crew this morning. Just kind of laid out it's an optional plan. There's really nothing we can do mandatory, but laid out an optional plan to be ready when we come back. We know we have 4 days, but we can be in a good position, if the players just keep themselves running. So a lot of times it's, it's fall through by 90% of the players. I mean, players don't really want to take that much time off. So it's not. I mean, it's something around the league that every team deals with. The players, I think there's players that can make gains. Maybe some of your guys that are banged up a little bit can make gains. There's other players that just need to maintain. And so you just kind of give them options that'll keep you where you're at basically today without skating.
Some of the injuries. How do you work through the challenge of just the personnel changes on the power play, right? I mean, last night you had to change units, Roseanne goes in as a coaching staff. How do you work through that while also, focusing on other areas of your game?
Yeah, I think every team deals with it. You put another guy in. We put Tucky in there on that first unit, and you're just, hoping that you can still click, still create opportunities. It's really next man up. Both units use the same breakout, so you're just assuming a piece on the other breakout, and it's you're kind of looking at a right-handed shot or left-handed shot, and who is better in this position, who can go in Thomas' position that can fill it, and we just felt that rotation with the right-handed shots would be a good one to go with.
Lindy, what's impressed you the most so far this season about Yuri and his rookie season?
Just his growth from, where he started. I think he's a young guy that's gained confidence, first playing wing, and then looking at him at center where, he showed some really good stuff. the reward he's got for using his speed and going through the middle, and actually just, the chemistry he's kind of developed with JJ and Tomer. Probably his playmaking ability has impressed me now. He started the year kind of mainly just shooting all the time. Now he's making plays. So both parts, we know he can shoot it, but as a centerman, you got to be able to, navigate the neutral zone and make that next play, and I think he's really done a good job with that.
Last night, 4 straight wins for the first time in over 2 years now. What do you feel like this team has been doing recently that's been able to get you guys there?
Well, really getting rewarded for, I've said this, that I thought we deserved a better fate but didn't score in Edmonton. Calgary, a game that we dominated, for the first, probably 30 minutes, 35 minutes. But again, we made their goaltender into the first star of the game. I think we're getting rewarded for playing the game the right way, and we're battling through different situations inside of a game that are allowing us to win.
Last night, Rasmus was the only one wearing the letter. I'm curious if there was anything behind that.
No, nothing behind. I mean, the sharing of the letters is based on, the first 40 and last 40, and the two guys that were out had the letters on them.
As far as Bogo's playing with Rasmus, you were talking about the other day, but how much do you weigh that if you put him with Rasmus, that maybe might not get quite the full, Bo Byram as far as the aggressiveness and so forth. Do you know what I mean?
Well, maybe Dolls helps Bo more than we think too. So I think that can go both ways. I think we're seeing a really good version of Bo right now. I don't necessarily think, sometimes a guy's game can go a little off the rails if he tries too hard offensively. So he's got a good combination of, getting in the play and being back there when Dolls is involved. You don't know until you split them up, and if you can find that right partner and you get that chemistry.
There's still a game to go before the break comes up, but with how the team's putting things together, having 2 weeks off, it can't feel like it's a good timing, right?
Well, two parts to that. The good timing is we need some guys. We've got a group of guys that need to get healthy. We got Malenstyn now. Obviously, the cousin can be in that crew probably. Whether it's going to be day to day or we don't know. We'll just see how he reacts. So that part is we can get healthy bodies back, and it comes at a good time where we don't play a lot of games. So the bad part is we're playing good hockey. We're getting rewarded for playing good hockey, and then you get shut down for a couple weeks.
Were you worried Felix wasn't going to make it last night?
Well, we knew it was going to be real tight, yeah. So we were prepared. It was kind of a hit or miss whether he would get here for game time or, if the flight was delayed at all. So, but it's just stuff you got to deal with.
Lindy, Jordan Greenway, is he still right on track?
Yeah, he's right on track. I think, I watch him practice, and he's full go. So I think he'd, if you needed him, if you were, let's just say this is one of the biggest games, he would be knocking at your door to play. But he's on his plan. The plan was to get him these practices in before the break, put the extra work in during the break, and be ready to go with that first game coming out of the break.
Quickly earned your trust. What did he do to earn?
Well, his hockey IQ is great, and his competitive nature on the ice, from what he brings, his defending, his penalty killing. He's a veteran guy that just knows how to play in all three zones, and there's just something to having more size. You protect pucks better. They can't take them from you. You can lean on people more. So he's a good piece for our team.